Hello folks out there in YouTube land. Just when I think I'm done with the story, they drag me back in. Yep. Did Michigan cheat again? We got another scandal we got to talk about. You're not going to believe this. After 3 years of Michigan stealing people's signs.
Sign stealer guy.
Knowing what the defense was in, knowing what the offense was going to run, running their record up to a ridiculous level, winning a national title, getting caught red-handed, 6 level 1 violations, $30 million fine. They should have gotten hammered by the NCAA, but the NCAA doesn't exist anymore, so they just hit them with a lot of money. By far the largest fine ever, by I think 4 times larger than has ever been at $30 million. But Michigan's like, as long as you're just going to slap us on the wrist and hit us with a big fine, what difference does it make? We can do whatever we want. And there's a lot of truth to that. Anyway, we got to get into this. Ohio State's communications between the players and the coaches was cut off in the second half. Probably, if you hadn't got off to that big lead, that probably wouldn't have happened. Did you ever think about that, Ohio State? You need to learn when you're at Michigan's house. Don't be going off to a big lead. They got to do what they got to do. Look, they couldn't steal your signs anymore, so they had to do something.
Allegedly.
This is all over the media. Ryan Day had an inkling about sideline communication outage at Michigan Stadium. This is on Sports Illustrated. It says apparently Day had a suspicion earlier in the week about communication at the Big House being cut off from their coaching staff. Therefore, he told reporters the team had a contingency plan in place just in case. And I'll let you hear what he had to say.
We lost communication there in the second half earlier that week. I thought there may be an inkling that that may happen, so we had a plan for it. I was in here on Friday, and I think some of the guys in the staff were looking at me sideways like, why would you think that would happen? I said, I don't know. We just got to be ready and be ready for anything. It's funny how your mind works.
Yeah. In other words, I've dealt with these folks. I know what they're capable of, and I got to be ready for anything. And sure enough, it happened. And Brandon Moses of Buckeye Scoop, he put a video clip on X, and I'm going to show you that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we lost communication there in the second half. But the good news was that earlier that week, I thought there may be an inkling that that may happen, so we had a plan for it. We had a wristband plan, and then we would bring Julian over, and I was, just getting us through it.
Yeah, there. Look at that guy, the Michigan guy arguing.
Which took a little while to get done.
We didn't have anything to do. What are you talking about?
Chance, we had a plan for it, and so we were ready to go when it happened.
I think the big concern, and I think, a concern that Ohio State's had has been kind of electronic surveillance. The idea of hacking the helmet communications and things like that, and making sure that all your helmet communications are completely, secure, because that really could be the next thing that they do. And I think for Ohio State, they're never going to talk about it. They're never going to, they don't ever want to publicly air their concerns about this stuff, but they're watching it.
So not only did Ryan Day have an inkling, but Nevada Buck over on Buckeye Scoop was talking about it the week prior. So obviously there was some leaks. Who knows how that got out? It's hard to keep things secret when you're talking about a game of this magnitude. So I got to ask the question, am I surprised by this? Absolutely not. I'm not a bit surprised that this could happen. Now, was this a happenstance? Look, if this were any other team other than Michigan, I'd probably be leaning towards the benefit of a doubt of, hey, these things happen. But we're talking about Michigan here. Okay, this is not your average team. These are some folks that went 3 years stealing signs, got caught red-handed, affected every team in the conference and teams outside the conference. Believe that. Got people fired, ruined careers, all that good stuff that they think is fine. So yeah, would I put it past them? Absolutely not. It's definitely something they would consider doing if it meant beating Ohio State. Because look, that's how they broke that long streak. They'd lost 16 of 17 years to Ohio State. And then Connor Stay magically showed up with his magic beans, and they couldn't lose anymore. They won multiple times in a row against Ohio State. When something works, why not use it again? Yeah, it may be a little different way of doing it. I wouldn't put it past them, would you? So let's see what Nevada Buck and Brandon had to say about this, because you know they're all over this.
Is concerned about their communications and problems with Michigan. Ryan Day went and people, oh, sure. Ryan Day confirmed that today. Ryan Day came out today and said, you know what? Before the game, we had a contingency plan laid out because we had an inkling that they were going to mess with our communications. And I mean, as soon as that happened, again, my phone lit up like a Christmas tree. People are just following me, just bothering, going, Nevada, you had this. And I'm like, guys, we have really good sources. We knew this was happening. This wasn't an accident. Michigan was trying to cheat, and Ohio State was one step ahead of them.
We're not surprised. Some of y'all are. You shouldn't be. But when we tell you we got something, Nevada.
Yeah, no, this was a crazy story because, frankly, even when I first heard it, I was thinking, that sounds a little fanciful, but it's from a great source, deep inside the program. And, like I said, I've said this a million times, but I was really thinking hacking. I wasn't really thinking that they would just shut down our communications altogether. But that's what they did. And there's no way that this was a coincidence. There's no way that Ohio State had this. Ohio State had concerns. Ohio State had contingency plans. And then they go into the game. And as soon as Michigan falls behind, lo and behold, on the Ohio State sideline, their communications go off. The Michigan communications stay on their side, and the rest is history. But
and that's what happens when you don't get punished and you just have to pay a fine. You get slapped on the wrist. Why would you not continue doing something similar? Now, is there 100% proof? Probably not. And yeah, it's alleged. But this team is just so happens there's always something going on with them. I'll tell you what, Michigan folks, come in here for a minute. I got something to tell you. I think you need to hear this.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Yeah, stop breaking the law. I'm telling you, it's just, I thought I was done with this. I thought surely Michigan had learned some lesson. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is a bad look. Yeah, well, do they care? I don't know if they care. Why should they? It could have worked. Had Ohio State not had that inkling, had not gotten let in on it, had not been warned about this, would you have had a contingency plan for this? Especially been so ready for it. So you could tell it was like, they did it. Well, let's go to the wristbands, go to this, go to that. That's, man, just so happened to be the Ohio State game in the second half after they were behind. You can't make this crap up. You really can't. So all you people out there that's like, conspiracy theory, keeps happening. And they got caught red-handed by the NCAA, 6 level ones. So that wasn't a conspiracy, now was it? And you know how I feel about that sign stealing. I'm still highly convinced that they had helped out South Carolina against my team in 2022. Can I prove it? No. But overwhelming circumstantial evidence of a team that scores 9 straight touchdowns and couldn't score a touchdown the 2 games previous. I think they had 1 in 2 games. Then they scored 9 straight in a row with South Carolina. Yeah, right, that's going to happen. And then after beating 2 playoff-bound teams, they go 2-7 the next 9 games. This is what cheating does. It just permeates all over the place. It's like a poison. And when you don't get punished, you don't learn your lesson. It's like a spoiled, rotten little brat kid who runs his bicycle into people on the sidewalks. We saw it in the Andy Griffith Show. Spoiled children who don't get punished, never learn, and they keep breaking the rules. And that's what Michigan is. There's like a spoiled, rotten little kid. It's like, well, I keep getting away with it. My parents aren't going to do anything to me. I'll keep riding my bike and running little old ladies off into the road. Pitiful. Arnold Winkler. Michigan's Arnold Winkler.
Arnold's a good boy. You just don't understand him.
Oh, I think I understand him.
He's a good boy, really. A little high-spirited, perhaps, but weren't we all at his age?
I wasn't.
Shout out to Buckeye Scoop. They were all freaking over this. Intrinsic, all those guys. You're not going to get one past them, Michigan. You think, see, they're on to you now. You're not going to get anything past them. Nevada Buck and Brandon Moses are all over it. I got to clap it up for Ryan Day and the guys up there. Great job. I'm so glad you stopped them. Anyway, if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button right here. It won't cost you a dime. Subscribe to a Buckeye Scoop. Those guys kill it up there. Kill it. And Devin, shout out to you. You sent me an email about it. And right over here's the most recent video. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. Michigan, what can you do?
I'm just curious. I saw you shuffling your checks with your right hand. Can you do that with both hands?
No.
Can't do it with both hands.
No, sir.